Wow.
Yeah. So you're naked a lot in this as well.
Yeah,
Like completely, it seems to me, completely naked.
Yeah, I think you see more of me in the first episode of this than you see in the first 2 Magic Mikes combined.
Yeah. And naked with Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
How's that?
You've never been naked with Lady Gaga?
Nope.
That's so weird. Okay.
Not yet.
No, Stephanie, which is what I call her because it makes me kind of let go of the whole mythos of Lady Gaga, who I'm a huge fan of, and just relate to her as an actress, is so intelligent and gracious and down to earth. And she had us over to her house before we started to work together, so that by the time, you know, I was wearing nothing but a sock with her, we could just focus on the scene.
How do you keep the sock on?
It depends on what kind of sock they use, but typically there's an elastic band, and you pull it nice and tight.
Is it an actual
Maybe
sock?
do a double tie.
Is it like a real sock?
No, it's not like a real.
Okay.
You can use a real sock if you want. You can go Red Hot Chili Peppers poster if you want, but no, it's typically this very bizarre.
They make it specifically for that?
Flesh-colored thing. Yeah, it's specifically for that.
I see. So it doesn't really look like, it still looks like that.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much left to the imagination.
Right, okay.
I mean, you have a pretty much understanding of somebody's junk if they're wearing that.
Yeah. So, well, I have so many questions, but...
Please, ask away. I've needed to talk to someone besides my therapist about this.
But so you're like, because they yell cut, there's a bunch of takes, and you just, do you put a robe on or you just hanging out with the sock?
Well, in this case, it was kind of the great equalizer because we were also covered in blood.
Yeah.
So they just threw a plastic tarp over us. So here, it was a 4-way, by the way, in case you didn't see it.
Yep.
So here were the 4 of us with just a plastic tarp over us, making small talk until they called, okay, we're getting rolling, and they just whipped this tarp off us. We'd be like, all right, back in it, let's go.
So you're making small talk, and then you go right back into the foursome.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
I saw you in New York, and we saw each other after the play. I
Yeah,
walked back and said hi to you quickly, and then we went and had dinner or something afterwards.
Yes, we did, with Steve Martin.
And yes, and it was hilarious. The movie's hilarious, but is it exactly, because I watched it, and it feels like you didn't have to memorize any new lines. Are they word for word, the movie and the...
It's really remarkably intact. Like, I don't think I ever had to study lines for maybe a minute and a half and say, yeah, I know that.
I was going to say, that would be the easiest movie to do, but
Yeah.
if it is a tiny bit off, that would make it harder because you're used to a certain rhythm.
And you're used to an audience laughing, and you know, you have 1,200 people every night, you know,
Right.
sort of guiding you, and the audience was such a huge part of the show, and so
Yeah.
you have to let go of all of that. And although you can hear the distant laughter in the back of your head, which is good for me, because it drowns out the voices telling me to kill people.
He's from New York.
That just came
this is
out
daytime, isn't
out
it?
loud. That you just said that out loud.
What?
Yeah.
You're really here, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Sorry.
So and now you're doing The Odd Couple together. And
Yes.
isn't that great?
Well, you must come to see it.
Yeah. Now when does it open?
It opened.
It opened already.
Yeah.
How
Oh,
are
yes.
you here? How?
We're here for we're leaving tonight.
Yeah.
God, I'm going right back on tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes, we'll be there tomorrow night. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You must be exhausted.
I'm a little punchy, but
Yeah.
but thrilled.
I had a nice sleep last night in
No,
a
because
plush
you're away from the
hotel bed.
baby.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
You're away from this cute little baby. Sarah was on yesterday. That's what's keeping you up at night.
Yeah.
Look at that. James Wilkie. So I like him
That's
a lot.
just a child they've hired.
That's
That's not the real kid.
that's not the real kid.
He's too cute.
Yeah, that's adorable.
I know.
That's really cute. Okay, so you're doing The Odd Couple right now, and are you sick of each other, or how can you? You're
I'm
working...
getting a little nauseous.
Yeah.
No, I think for two middle-aged men who have to spend this much time together, we've done exceedingly well, and not getting on each other's nerves.
We don't go to bed angry.
That's right.
That's your rule?
One of our rules.
Yeah.
We have a lot of rules.
Yeah. Well, the sex is so good. You know.
This is awkward, but it's not that good for me. I hate that it came out now.
Yeah.
If only
Well,
this could
I'm
air.
going to take you to see Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah.
It'll change everything.
We're back with Matthew McConaughey, and it's time to play Burning Questions. So you have to just, the first thing that comes to your mind, you say it, and then you hit this, okay?
Okay.
First thing that comes to your mind.
Come on.
Who was your first celebrity crush?
Diane Lane.
Wow, and then you just worked with her
And
again.
I just worked with her.
Yeah. What's the weirdest thing you've done to make money?
It's also illegal. So I'm not telling. It could come back to haunt me.
All right. Who do you think is the sexiest man alive?
I always say I was on the cover and I'm still alive.
Uh-huh.
Right now, I believe it's Idris Elba, though.
Yeah. All right. What is the most rebellious thing you did as a teenager?
13, I got really mad at the parents and I'm running away. And as soon as they went, "Oh, you are," and they beat me to my room to start packing my bags, helping me, and then pushed me out the door, I went, "Oh, I don't think I really want to go as bad as I thought I did." Yeah, I wasn't that rebellious.
No, so not at all. What's something you do that embarrasses your kids?
Sing, hum, and dance a lot. Anywhere.
All right. Besides making love, showering, swimming, or playing bongos, what is something else you enjoy doing naked?
What were the list of the first 6 things?
Making love, swimming, showering,
Swimming, showering,
playing bongos.
What else do you enjoy doing naked? Cooking if we're not deep frying anything.
All right. What do you usually wear to bed?
So to answer that one before, the other thing I like to do besides just sometimes sleep.
Naked. Naked. What celebrity can you do an impression of?
I don't do impressions of celebrities.
Okay. There's a lot of anger when you hit that thing. Well, congratulations on the success, because you look at you on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine right
That's
here.
crazy.
TV Guide.
I haven't seen this one.
You haven't?
Oh, that's cool.
It's not out yet.
It's not out yet.
Brand
Very
new.
nice.
A lot's going on for you too, and you've met the president twice in the last 3 months. Is that right?
Yeah.
How is that possible? What happened twice in 3 months?
I don't know. You know, I was struggling in New York for so long, and all of a sudden the show hits, and they're like, "Come to D.C." And so the first time I met him, it was the Kennedy Center Honors, and I was going to sing for Mel Brooks. And so I'm all jacked up to meet the president. I'm going to sing for him. And then all of a sudden, they show me the costume I'm wearing, which is a Nazi stormtrooper outfit with a swastika and everything. And I was like, this is not how I envisioned meeting the president. Yes, there's the outfit. So I met him afterwards, and he's like, "I'm not going to take a picture with you." I was like, "I totally understand."
Yeah. and then you went to the Easter egg roll also, right?
Just this past weekend.
My mama was there and Tony was there.
I know, I saw Tony there.
Did you run into him?
Yes.
Yeah, we were all, they lined us up to take a picture with the first family.
Yeah.
You know, I got to scratch Bo's belly. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dog. Just in case you were wondering who Bo was.
Yes, yes.
And so, are you busy working on the show constantly? Are you dating? Because you just moved, you've been living in New York before this, doing Broadway, and now you're in LA.
Yeah,
full-time.
you know, it's 16-hour days. It's a lot of work. You know, I envision, you know, doing the hard Broadway schedule, coming out to LA, doing a TV show. I'm going to get some sun, and, you know, it's going to be great. Live the life. And first of all, I play a teacher in Ohio, so they won't let me tan. I have to stay white. You know, I have no time to see any of my friends here or date anyone. It's been a little.
Kirstie Alley is looking.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
She left already.
Yeah.
I'll have to get her number backstage.
All right. Kirstie Alley's available, and
All
she's
right.
looking for somebody like you, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, when you do have time, I imagine it's going to be easy to find people because, you know, you're a handsome guy and you're popular and, you know.
I hope so. I mean, you know, with the schedule right now, I just don't want to. I feel like a woman would resent me after 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So I just don't want to bum anyone out.
No, sometimes people don't want to see a lot of you. They just want to.
Hey, I don't want to see a lot of them sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
Too. Yeah.
Although some people do want to see a lot of you. There's a picture I saw. This should get you a girl or two.
You are not.
What's that? What's that? What's happening? What happened there? What's going on?
I thought we were cool with each other. Now you just messed the whole thing up. Every year, the Broadway community gets together and does this fundraiser for it's called Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS. And they do a thing called Broadway Bears, which is like a big strip show that we raised, I think, almost $1 million that night for AIDS research and stuff.
Good for
and
you.
It was a good price for, you know.
Listen, well,
Okay, get it away. Get
All
it
right.
away.
next time women see you in your underwear, I want you to be wearing my underwear.
I would-
So,
oh,
all
this is
right?
awesome.
You have enough underwear to last you for a few dates.
Wow. Can I keep the
You can have the basket. No,
Wow.
return the basket.
So much better than Calvin Klein being on your pants, you know?
Yeah, it is. It's
That's
and they're
great.
comfortable too. You'll enjoy them.
Thank you so much.
Send me a picture of you in them.
I-
Glee airs tonight at 9 on Fox. We'll be right back.
You know what I just realized? We weren't even planning to talk about this, but I had like 200 Twitter followers when I came on your show,
And I told people to follow you.
and I now have 200,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Now,
Thanks to Ellen.
don't you want more than that?
I do. I want more.
What's your Twitter name?
At Langford Perry.
Okay, follow him. At Langford Perry.
This is a very powerful
Because
woman.
there'll be funny things, and what do you tweet about?
I'll say I've just enjoyed a nice sandwich.
That's great. Why wouldn't you want to follow that?
I could potentially tell a story about I had a trainer who, you know, when I turned 40, I wanted to look really good, you know, because basically my life was half over.
So far, it's uplifting.
And the trainer's name was The Party. That's what his nickname was, The Party.
The party.
Yeah, and I figured don't nickname yourself a social gathering.
Oh, he gave himself the nickname?
That was his name for himself.
The party.
So he would call me and say, "Hey, Matthew, it's The Party." And I'd be like, "Oh, great, it's afternoon tea. Nice to see you." And I guess he was a very popular trainer. So he would train all of these celebrities, and he was at this house that had a lot of paparazzi around the day that Michael Jackson passed away. So I was at home, and for some reason, I got a text that day that said, "Mike Jackson died, sorry, bro."
What?
Now, there's a lot of things wrong with that.
Many, many things.
Don't call me bro. Let's start there.
You'll start there?
The second thing is, nobody called Michael Jackson Mike.
No.
I don't think Jermaine ever did it.
No.
I don't think Tito ever did it.
Never.
I think this guy, The Party.
Mike Jackson died.
Yeah, Mike Jackson died. What am I supposed to do with
bro.
that? Sorry, bro. I don't think he could spell Michael. Was the real
That's
reason.
why he shortened it?
Yeah.
Wow, that is really sad.
Yeah.
That, did you work out with the party still?
I do not work out with The Party.
No. Did you find that he helped you, though?
I would like to say that if I had known 2 years ago that after 2 years of working out I would look like this, I wouldn't have started.
Do you still work out in some form?
I do. I hike and I do
That's
things
good.
and lift things that should be better off just left on the ground. Sure.
Right. Because it's better to do things like walking and actual activities instead of just calling it working out, right?
Yes.
But how do you have time to do that with this show? You are the executive producer, you're the writer, you're the star, and there's one other title I'm missing.
Creator, maybe?
Yeah, you created it.
I also drew the little insignia, the little, you know, there's a little
Did you
happy
really?
face with the straight line.
Uh-huh.
So I'm also an artist.
I see.
Yeah.
And tell people what Mr. Sunshine is about.
Mr. Sunshine is about a guy who works at a entertainment arena, like the Madison Square Garden or the Staples Center, but maybe a notch below, and it's a place called the Sunshine Center, and he runs it, so it's Mr. Sunshine. And he's a little bit of a selfish guy, and he mostly thinks about himself, and so one of the parts of the show is he's finally going to stop doing that and start caring about his fellow man. And my boss, the actual owner of the Sunshine Center, is the lovely Allison Janney, who I hear was here
Yesterday.
being very funny and
Yes,
great.
she said that she slapped you for no reason. It wasn't even in the script.
Yeah.
Clearly, because you would have put it there because you're the writer
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and the executive producer. But she just decided her character should slap your character.
Yeah.
And that was a surprise to you, I would assume.
Yes, it was. And it was in a close-up. And this is not a meek woman.
No, she's large.
Yeah,
she's,
I mean-
she's strong and powerful.
Yeah.
I've had many competition with her, and
Yeah.
she will take you down.
Clearly, she has worked out often with
Yes.
The Party.
Yeah.
because when her character is sort of bigger than life, and she's decided that one of her things is that out of context, she's just going to slap me right across the face. Even did it in a promo.
Wow.
I was like, listen, I'm supposed to be the boss.
Exactly.
You can't just slap me, and she does, and it's funny. So now we.
So
we
now
do
you
it.
leave it in?
Yeah.
And do you know when she's going to do it? Did she surprise you?
No. I mean, I don't know the first time, but then everybody goes, "That's so funny. Let's get it from 15 different angles."
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Hi, Matt.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good.
There-
How you doing? This is like livelier than normal. This
Yeah,
is-
well, they didn't know you were here. This is a surprise,
Oh,
so
okay.
they have no idea.
Oh, great.
So it's a little bit livelier. It's always this lively, but a tiny bit. How's the family?
Great. Everybody, the kids and everybody's great.
So I saw pictures you went to Australia.
I did,
That wasn't
yeah.
your first time.
No, I've been there before, but
Yeah.
it was the first time I went to Byron Bay. We were visiting Chris Hemsworth and his family, and because we're all friends. And,
I mean, you and Chris Hemsworth, people would freak out to see the two of you together walking around.
well, I mean, I kind of hide pretty well. Like, he can't hide at all.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
He's a big guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He sticks out in a crowd.
Yeah, and a nice guy, too.
He's
The whole
great.
family, just really good brothers, right?
They're
Good
all,
genes.
yeah, they're great. Like, I've become buddies with all three of the brothers. The whole family's great.
Yeah. So, and you hung out in, did you go like snorkeling and scuba diving and all that stuff? Are you?
Oh, we went to the beach. We took the kids to the beach. It was funny because Australia's famous for having a lot of poisonous things, and and I'm telling my kids, don't worry, it's fine. And Chris is like, oh, mate, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Come on over. Yeah. And my daughter, my 6-year-old, got stung by a jellyfish worse than anything. It was the worst thing.
Oh, man.
I mean, even Chris said, he was like, mate, that's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
It was really bad.
Where did she get stung?
She was in a little bit of surf, like in about a foot or two of water.
So just
kind
like
of
her leg?
No, I think this thing like literally wrapped around her. It was like this little blue bottle with these long tentacles that, I mean, I could show you pictures that would turn your head. I mean, she had like these, looked like shoelaces, kind of red shoelaces around her
So
body.
you saw, it was on her still. You had to get it off of her?
Oh yeah, we pulled it off. Yeah.
Did you get stung pulling it off?
Yeah, a little bit, but not like her. I mean, she was really.
Did you pee on her?
We did not. In fact, because
Are you
that's what they
you're
say you're supposed to do, but there's.
It's so weird to pee on your daughter. I mean, I would think. But to
It
say.
is. Well, she peed on me enough in her life,
Yeah.
so. But no, in fact, there was enough around her chest that a lot of the locals said you should actually call the paramedics because you can go into shock. And so they showed up and they said actually hot water, like if you put her in a hot bath and just gently sponge away, because they stick to you with these little needles, basically. I mean,
Man.
It's really, really painful.
Well, I'm glad she's okay.
Me too.
Yeah. You look good.
Oh, thanks. So
How,
do you.
how have you been? I haven't seen you in a long time.
3 years since I've been here.
I know. How come? What you been doing?
I call you. You never call me back.
Nah. Not true.
I've been working.
Working from one show to another. You got a lot of things going on.
A lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's fun. Having a good time.
And I heard that your daughter is really still into riding horses. Didn't you hope that was going to be a phase? We gave you stuff for her riding horses, but I thought, oh, that won't last.
Yeah, she still uses that helmet that you gave her.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but now she's like jumping in competition and stuff. She's gonna be 13
How high is she
next
jumping?
month. Like that. But
No.
Yeah. No, she's a foot or something. She's little.
Yeah.
They start them slow. But that helmet that you gave her is not like certified for the actual events.
No.
So thanks a lot.
Well, I didn't think she's going to wear it.
Yeah, I was hoping it was a phase too. Let me tell you.
Yeah. That's why I'm saying it's a very expensive thing when they start jumping horses.
Yeah. Do you ride horses?
No, I don't ride. No, I look at them and I pet them. I don't even pet them sometimes because they bite you.
Yeah, if you turn your back on them, they can give you a
They
little
bite you. I don't know how anybody feels comfortable doing that to a horse because they think fingers are carrots and then they'll just bite you.
Do you have the orange glove on? That's how they
That's
get you.
what it is. The orange glove with the little green tips on
Yep.
the end. Yeah. Darn it, I got to
They can't
choose those.
tell.
No, I can't tell. Now, does she know that her dad is cool? Like everybody, thinks you're cool because you're a celebrity?
I don't think she thinks I'm too cool. No.
No.
No, I think her friends at school and stuff, they're like watching Friends now. That's about the age that they get into it. But
Yeah.
she can't be bothered. She's just not. She just couldn't care less.
But I mean, but does she watch the show? She's seen the show,
Yeah,
right?
she's seen it. Yeah. But it's her dad. She doesn't want to. She sees me enough. She's like overdose on my dad. I don't want that. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that would be weird to watch the show that it's your dad, and then you come in the room and you're right there.
Yeah, so she's kind of hard to impress these days. Although, you know what happened that was cool is I was filming in London and for Top Gear, and Jim Burrows was in town. Jim Burrows is a big director. He directed the first episode of Friends, and he directs Man with a Plan, everything. And he's great. And he was going to go. He had tickets to see Springsteen at Wembley Stadium, who he's friends with. He's also directed everything and friends with everybody.
Yeah.
And so he invited me to go. And my daughter and my stepdaughter were in town, so we all went to see Springsteen at Wembley Stadium, and then we went backstage, then into the hospitality suite to meet Bruce, and Prince Harry was there. So Prince, right? So Prince Harry, at the end of the night, gives my stepdaughter and my daughter like a kiss goodnight on the cheek, and they were both just floored. I got no kiss myself. We can get into that another time, but so it's like something like that to impress her, and I was like, oh, great, big shoes to fill there.
Yeah, well, that is pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It has been a while since you've been here.
Yeah, I don't know, 3, 4 years?
Yeah, I know. It was like, I think when you were doing Crash or something like that, right? I think, and we were in the other studio.
You had that airplane flying by.
That's right. We wrote in the sky to congratulate you.
That was very nice.
Anything for you, Matt. So you brought a What's Wrong with This Photo, is that right?
Yeah, I think it's here. Yeah.
What did you bring?
I brought. Well, actually, it's a
Nothing looks wrong with
picture
it.
with me and my brother.
Right.
And I don't know how old we are. That's my brother Paul on the left. The good-looking one is looking up. And well, I think what's wrong with that picture is well, it's a Christmas tree there in the background.
Right.
And but it's March when this picture is taken. We like to leave the tree up late in my house.
Is that really true?
My mom really likes Christmas.
Is that really true? It was March?
I think, yeah. It was March, maybe April.
So it was a real tree, and it still had those needles on it in March.
I guess. I don't know. Every year the Christmas tree was there till March.
Wow. All right, so let's talk about the movie. It looks very suspenseful. It's armored, and it's an inside job, right? Is that?
Yeah, we're a team of guys that work for an armored car delivery firm, you know, a security team. And it's an inside job. Usually it's a one armored car. This one's like a double armored car heist. And, you know, I think we're looking to pull down $42 million. You know, times are tough, the economy, so. Anyway, it was a lot of fun making it. It was a lot of fun.
And a lot of
stunts? I play a very manipulative character. A lot of stunts, a lot of action.
Did you do the stunts yourself?
I did some of the stunts myself. You know, you don't want to be the one to sort of wuss out and say, oh, you know, I don't think so. You know, you want to accommodate. So the stunt coordinator came over and said, hey, how do you feel about taking a little fire? And I said, well, what exactly did you do?
Yeah, what does that mean, take a fire?
Yeah, taking, you know, just a little bit of fire. You know, maybe set your leg on fire.
You don't want to say no to that.
No. So the scene is I'm laying there. There's been an explosion. I'm blown out of the back of this truck. And I'm to wait till the camera finds me and the director cues me. And then I'm supposed to get up and I see my legs on fire. So we do one take. And I noticed that it was just getting a little bit warm. And so afterwards, they put me out with the fire extinguisher. And they said, oh, by the way, if you get even a little bit warm, you have to let us know. I said, why is that? And he said, because there's a thing called the creep. That's when I learned about the creep. The creep is like, if you get warm, you're going to get hot, even after they put you out. And I was like, well, that would have been nice if you told me
ahead of
before
time.
we did the first take.
Right.
But the guys, these guys really are. They're great stunt coordinators.
So when we see that scene that your leg's on fire, we know.
Well, no, they ended up cutting that out.
Oh God.
Can you believe it? So now they set me on fire twice, and they didn't even use it in the movie. So now I'm just smoldering. You know.
I think you were the butt of a practical joke. I don't think it was probably.
They didn't even have the camera. They didn't even film in the camera.
Yeah, it wasn't even in the script. Armored opens in theaters this Friday. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Matt Dillon, everybody.